In France there's a lot of unemployment, and recently the French government has decided to create hundreds of thousands of new jobs in the public sector.
Very good.
But many economists are saying that this is going to create a big burden on the country.
How?
So what? I don't know. But what does Islam propose for?
Before that, I can.
Well, actually, the question is from Naveed, who's not here today. He's in Algeria, but he sent this question.
But the question should be clear. Without my understanding it, how can I answer it?
Because the tax will increase. Because
You speak in French and tell him what it means.
Yeah,
right?
sorry.
The posts which are being created are not really useful. They're something which are being created in a how would I say, an unnatural way. They're not really needed. It's just to get people to work.
For instance?
For example, so they're scared about the tax, actually, because tax is going to increase. This is one thing. And the second thing is which the
Tax
jobs
on
are...
what? On no income?
The income tax, isn't it?
Very inflationary.
The point is, if these jobs are useless, they would not be productive.
Yeah.
And if they're not productive, there can be no income tax. They have no income. So where is the problem? I don't see any problem at all.
How can one pay extra, so much money extra for extra
Pay these
employees?
people. The thing is that these jobs are not very necessary, but these people are still going to be paid.
By whom?
By
the government.
By the government.
Right. So they will be producing useless things.
Yes.
And the government will have to buy those things.
Yes.
They're not producing, they're civil
Well, they're
servants.
civil servants. They're not producing anything, actually. They're just giving services.
So whatever it is,
yes.
whether they produce anything or they are just employed, this becomes a sort of another social system. You know, social health system as it prevails in England, America, etc. So this is the same thing in different words. The government pays them something and takes some work from them. The work the government takes is supposed to be useless. And because they have to pay them, those who earn money, they are afraid that they will be taxed, because otherwise the government cannot mint money by herself. Or that minting of money will be useless. It will cause inflation. So this is the problem which the people are facing today. But I'm not sure whether they are right or wrong unless we know the nature of the jobs. If the nature of the jobs is such as makes the government machinery more efficient, then in the long run that will pay. You see, it all depends on how their services are employed. In Holland, once after the war, the services of the common people were employed to improve the landscape of a very large area. And they were just paid food and some clothing. And they had to work for improving the quality of the landscape over hundreds of miles, spread over hundreds of miles. Noonspeet, our Ahmediyya center, is situated in that area. And it has turned into a most beautiful part of Holland. So the government paid them, but the labor they put in exchange was put to much better purpose. And it was to improve the economy of the country later on in time, which it has done. So it all depends on French intelligence, not intelligence in the sense of spying, but the grey cells of their heads. If they employ the intelligence better, then the scheme is very good, or it will become disastrous. It may become disastrous, right? And I think with that I can leave, or we have time for more?
I don't think so, just for this translation perhaps.
Just that.
Yes.
Are you sure?
I hope so.
Then I take leave of you.
Jazakumullah.
And if you finish this answer in less time, do something else
Inshallah.
to keep you busy.
Inshallah.
Done.
Wa alaikum salam. Jazakumullah.